What's up, prospectors? Dig Daddy here in the shed, bringing you another episode of Backyard Prospecting. Today, I got something special for you. Texas meets Alaska. Big Texas Prospecting and Blue Tundra join forces to bring a collaboration Paydirt to you. We're going to check it out. First of all, however, you're probably thinking I sound a little funny today. Well, it's 'cause the mic wasn't on when I recorded this, so we're using the power of AI to do a voiceover. So bear with me. Thanks. So let's just get to it. I'll put up the description so you can read along. Big Texas, Blue Tundra, Big Collision. 2-pound bag with 2 grams of gold added. This bag goes for $145 shipped. Big Texas Prospecting collides with Blue Tundra Delight in this epic collaboration of Big Texas Prospecting's premium Paydirt from his gold-bearing claim in Sierra, New Mexico, and our naturally enriched Alaskan Paydirt. Each bag is 2 pounds with 2 grams of gold added. Let's see how y'all like Southern-Northern mix. Alright, let's crack this thing open. Alright, so opening this up we got our bag of dirt. Well packed and heat sealed. Also in the bag we have this cool little shovel spoon. If you didn't already have one, now you're all set. You can use it right away to shovel this dirt. Now we're going to take a closer look at this dirt, then we're going to classify it and see what we have to work with. So don't go anywhere. If you haven't already done so, make sure to hit that thumbs up. And if you're not a subscriber, hit that button too. Now, not only did I screw up the initial audio, I missed recording the whole classify process. Most people skip it anyways, so whatever. Let's get to the dirt.
Alright, welcome back. I'm realizing that maybe I didn't just record the classification step. If I did, awesome. If not, sorry. But here we are. This is what we wound up with. I decided to take a couple extra steps here and bring a little bit more out to the table. So what we got, the Big Texas Blue Tundra collab. We got a little bit of that 1/4 inch material, not a whole lot of it, so this isn't wasting a bunch of space in the bag. Potentially, if you have a crusher, you could crush up some of these rocks even further and put them into the other mixture here. But I don't really see anything that catches my eye. Maybe I might wet it up and look again. You know, one rock that's a little magnetic, and that's what we got up there. Won't spend much time on that. Next down is we got that +10 material. Now remember, this was 2 pounds of material overall, and it's looking like a pretty decent spread between everything. So you got a good amount of material at every level of classification. This is good Paydirt. We got our +10 material. Right off the bat, I'm not seeing any nuggets, but once we get it wet and run it down, we'll see what's really going on. As far as magnetics go in here, there are a few rocks that are going to stick to your magnet. Nothing huge, not a big deal. It just lets you know that this dirt comes from a good spot where there are heavies. So there you go. There's your +10. Down a level, we got our +20. Now this one's going up to that bottom, that very first lip on the SE pan here. And most of these have about the same amount of material in it. Just going up to the bottom riffle above that lip. So there you go. That's our +20 mesh stuff. That's what she look like. Now, as far as magnetics go here, and I do expect that we're going to probably have a good amount of magnetics as we get deeper into this dirt. Just based on those big chunks at the higher classification. And sure enough, there are definitely some magnetics at this level as well. Not a huge amount. Not gonna blow you away, not gonna be too wild. There you go. Easy enough to get out of the way when it's time. Next down we have the Plus 40, the coarse sands. Again, bottom lip, good amount of material. And as far as magnetics go in this, about the same. So there's not a huge, overwhelming amount of magnetic material that you're going to have to fight with at the end. You could probably just get it out of there before you even start panning or sluicing, just like this. If you know some tricks with the magnets, you can just lay it down until you get all the non-magnetic material out of it, and then dump that to the side. I'm going to go ahead and sluice it, because it's not that much. It's not going to pose a huge challenge. Next down, we got the soft sands, the plus or minus 40. Feels like there's maybe just a little bit more material in here. And definitely so, because it's going to be more condensed. But here's our soft sands. The sub 40 material. Probably the majority of our gold's going to be found here. Time will tell. And sure enough, much more magnetics in there. Still falls in line with the rest of the bag, so it's not like, I don't feel like they threw a bunch of magnetics in here just for the sake of it. This does feel like a natural progression of the magnetics in this material. So it's what you'd expect to get. No surprises there. Couple beardfuls on the old skull mag. Clean it out. Probably go back and even get a little bit more. Yep, sure enough, just a little bit more. So again, not a lot of magnetics in here. As always, you could probably just get it out of there. Not much effort. There you go. Now this time I decided to take it one more level, just because I have the classifier that I rarely use. And what we got here is the powder. Sub 100 mesh material. This is the kind of stuff you usually would want to run in a blue bowl or on a Miller table, just because anything in here is going to be super fine. Now there is a fair amount of material down here, and that's really the main reason why I decided to classify at this level, is because there's a lot of material. When you looked in the bag, it was just super powdery. You could see there was a lot of fine dust in here. And so that means there's probably some fine gold in here as well, some floury powder. So what I want to do is make sure that this stuff gets nice and wet, so that we don't have any floaties as it's running down the sluice. Maybe throw a little bit of that frog piss in here to make sure that the surface tension is low. Again, not a lot of black sands here though. Usually it goes up the further down you go. I'm sure I could put my magnet down here a couple of times and keep coming back with more. But even then, it's not too terrible. So yeah, this is a good bag for as far as magnetics go, because there isn't an overwhelming amount. And that's kind of nice sometimes. You don't always want that magnetic sand challenge. Sometimes you just want that shit out of the way. But there you go. That's our fine. Put those Maggies back in there. And boom. That's that. So like I say, we're going to put a little jet dry and everything. Get it all nice and wet. Fire up the sluice. And find us some gold. So don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. Alright, welcome back. We got everything all set up here. Dirt's all ready to go. Sluice is ready to flow. Put a little water in our material just to make sure all is good. And all that's left is to fire up the sluice and search for that shiny. So let's do that. Now, as usual, we're going to start with the big stuff, work our way down so that the big stuff doesn't knock the little stuff out of the pan or out of the mat. For you guys, I'm going to play some music once again, just so you don't fall asleep, and we're going to speed everything up, just so I don't fall asleep. And we'll be right back once we've gone through this dirt, found our gold, and we'll see what's up. So don't go anywhere. All right, it's time to check things out. And there we go. Look at that, look at that, look at that. There is gold infesting this entire mat. There's a lot of small stuff in there, but there's definitely some nice chunky flakes as well. Only seeing gold up to about right here. Zoom out so you can see what I'm pointing at. About right here. Everything else is right up here in the gold zone. All right. Now, let's get this mat cleaned up. Get this gold released from it. Let's get to work. All right. There's your gold, baby. What a wonderful, beautiful golden smile. Look at that all the way across. Looking good. Is it 2 grams? Well, we'll find out. But definitely looks nice. We're just going to get that snuffered up, and then we'll dry it out, weigh it up, and see what we wound up finding. Don't go anywhere. All right, prospectors, welcome back. We are here once again with Big Texas, Meskimo Sons Paydirt, collaborative Paydirt that you can find on the Blue Tundra Mine website under their shop. Big Texas, Blue Tundra, coming together to bring you an awesome sampling of Paydirt from the north and the south, like, Texas and Alaska. So, awesome stuff. Had a good time going through the dirt. We'll get to that in just a little bit. But for now, let's find out how much gold we actually found. 2 grams was what was the guarantee. We'll turn the scale on. All right, tear that out just one last time. 2 grams is what we're looking for. And all right, 2.305 grams of gold is what we wound up pulling out of that dirt. Not bad, not bad at all. That's a nice amount of dirt, gold. There may be some little chunks of just heavy non-gold that got kind of looped up and everything, but overall, I would definitely say we hit that target, and hell yeah. So 2.305, lock that in, grams of gold. Not too bad. Miner Bob and the Ass are hanging by, and they are also pleased with what we got. I'll go ahead and take a few pictures of this gold and get you up close with it. And then I'll be right back with my final words and ROI. All right, welcome back. So, Blue Tundra, Big Texas, collaborative effort, brought us some pretty sweet Paydirt. So let's talk about that. We'll talk about the dirt, and then we'll get on to the gold. You know how we do it around here. So, the dirt was all pretty evenly spread throughout all the classifications. There was a lot of very, very fine material in here, and what that really is going to mean for you is there is a chance of some flour gold. But what it really means is this is going to be some dusty dirt. So keep that in mind. You might want to rinse it off. It's going to make a milkshake. But this milkshake brings all the boys to the yard, because inside is some sweet Paydirt, and man, you're going to have such a good time going through this. Like I say, all the classifications were pretty much even throughout. There's a good amount of dirt, 2 pounds. So yeah, if you go through it, you're going to find gold all the way throughout, because the gold was a lot of finer material. There was a good number of decent sized flakes. We'll get all into that here in just a bit, but you'll find it throughout the dirt. The dirt didn't pose too much of a challenge. Not a lot of heavy materials and black sands to get out of there. Once you get down to the very end, though, there is a lot of larger heavy material and some other stuff in there, potentially lead or just really heavy stones that they doesn't want to separate out. There is some pyrite. You'll want to get rid of that. But overall, I had a really good time going through this dirt. If you pan it out, you're going to have a great time sitting there going through, spoon at a time. They even include the spoon for you. They throw in this sweet little silver spoon so that you can shovel your dirt. So really good stuff. It was packaged well, single layer, the dirt, good stuff, and a good amount of it. Not too much of the heavy, big material. Not a lot of this stuff getting in your way, wasting space. Overall, really good material. Let's talk about the gold. Holy shit. The gold, fines, mediums, and some nice flakes. As you saw in the pictures, there was gold at every kind of size you could think of in there, all the way down to the very fine microscopic stuff. I bet you I could still go in there and get a lot of fines out of the tailings. But overall, that's not the majority of it, but there is a lot of small gold in there. So take your time going through this. Don't try to rush. Take your time. Go through it slow. Spend an afternoon or two going through it. And I think you're going to feel like you got your money's worth out of it. Because, let me toss up the numbers for you. We paid $145 for the bag. That was shipped. No shipping, additional shipping on the price. $145 is to the door. What we wound up finding, at least what I wound up finding in this, was 2.305 grams of gold. Maybe a little bit less. I think probably if I go through it really fine, I can get rid of a little bit more of those itty bitty black sands. There is a little bit of that in there that got weighed in, but not too much. So 2.305 is a number I'm comfortable with. And what that gives us is a today value of $150.07. And what that means is an overall ROI of 103%. So even if we take off that 3% because I got lazy and didn't really clean up the gold as well as I could have, had I spent a lot more time on it, 100% ROI. You're getting your money back with this dirt. You are going away in the positive, and you get to spend the day going through some nice pay dirt, having a good time. Spend it with your family, your kids or grandkids. Get them over and show them what it's like to go through some dirt and have some gold to show for it. I had a great time going through this, especially having gotten my money back. I can't complain. This is good stuff. So I absolutely recommend, and I have for a while, because he just always hits it out of the park with any of the dirt that I've gotten from him. Head over to Eskimo Sons. Blue Tundra, I'll put a link down below so you know where to pick this up. The collaboration between him and Big Texas is a hit, and you need to go check out this shit, because if you want some shiny, it's going to be in this bag. So go check that out. Link down below. Good stuff. Absolutely had a great time going through it. I know you will as well. You'll be glad for the gold that you find, and no shipping on top of the bag. I mean, it's a win-win-win. You can't go wrong, and go check it out. Blue Tundra Mine, Eskimo Sons, and Big Texas Prospecting. Bag of dirt. The collab. Go check it out. Otherwise, go check out my page, backyardprospecting.com, prospector shop, buy some dirt. Got some dirt coming up. Always got something going on, so keep your eye on the page. Go check that out. Buy something if you want. If you don't, buy something anyways. Either way, make sure you hit the like, that thumbs up button down there, and let everybody know that you enjoyed the show. If you're not a subscriber, hit subscribe as well, and the bell so you don't miss my stuff in the future. If you want to become a Patreon, go head over to my Patreon page. If you want to pick up some backyard prospecting swag, head over to the Prospector Shop. There's a link to my Teespring. You can pick yourself up a t-shirt, a tapestry like I got behind me, and all sorts of other stuff with the Backyard Prospecting logo, the Gold Digger logo, and the Freddy the Mooch logo. So go check those out. And otherwise, that's all I got for you this week. This is Dig Daddy signing out from the shed. If I don't see you out at the rivers, I'll catch you in the backyard. Peace!